Around 6,000 years ago, a tribe emerged somewhere around here. Today, we call these people the Proto-Sino-Tibetans or the Proto-Trans-Himalayans because these were the ancient ancestors of the modern-day Chinese, Tibetans, and Burmese, who at one point in time were all the same people. We know this through linguistic evidence. One group, the Proto-Sinitic people, split off from the rest of the tribe and started to travel eastwards, displacing the tribes that were already living there. These people called themselves the Huaxia, which is still a name that some Chinese people use to call themselves today. The Huaxia tribes considered themselves to be culturally superior to the uncivilized barbarians around them, since they had beautiful clothing, elaborate ceremonies, and advanced technology for the time. This kind of ethnocentric belief wouldn't really change until the 20th century. Anyways, the next part of Chinese history is going to be partly mythological, so take them with a grain of salt. But even so, these stories are still really important to understanding Chinese history. Remember what I said about displacing tribes that were already there? Well, in the east, there was the Zuli tribe. They were the ancestors of the modern-day Hmong people. This tribe was completely alien to the Chinese, and they had absolutely no ethno-linguistic relation to the Sino-Tibetans. Their leader was the fearsome Chiyou, who was also supposedly some sort of demon god, but it's safe to assume that that's an embellishment. Probably. Anyways, the Zuli tribe attacked and expanded into the territory of the Shennong tribe, led by Yendi, who was supposedly the god of agriculture and the god of fire. Just imagine putting that on your resume. Just a side note, there is some confusion regarding Yendi's precise identity, with some sources saying that he's two different people, Yendi and Shennong, but most historians agree that they're the same person. This conflict drove the Shennong tribes into the territory of the Youxiong, led by Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor. This angered him, resulting in a short skirmish at Banquan, which is the first recorded battle of Chinese history. The Yellow Emperor won, but instead of destroying the Shennong tribe, they recognized a common enemy and united, forming an alliance against the Zuli tribe. This newly formed Yanhuang Commonwealth marched into battle against the Zuli tribe at around 2500 BC at Zhuolu. This is one of those battles that drastically altered the course of human history. The Yanhuang alliance won, and as a result, Chiyou's Hmong descendants were exiled, migrating southwards, where they remain a stateless nation today. Keep in mind that the stateless Hmong people were once roughly equal in power to the Chinese and had a very real chance of defeating the Chinese in battle. Just imagine how different history would be if the Zuli won this battle instead of the Chinese. Anyways, the Yanhuang Commonwealth, having faced and overcome its first truly existential threat, consolidated itself into a united kingdom, which was a precursor to the Chinese state. A little while later, around 2000 BC, a great flood that lasted for over 2 generations devastated China. Now, unlike the previous events, there's actually archaeological evidence that a flood, one of the worst floods in all of human history, really did happen in China at this time, but the details of this one are probably a myth. The emperor at the time appointed a man named Gun to control the flood, which he attempted to do by building dams aided by magical powers, but he failed, and even after 9 years he was unable to fully control the flood, so he was exiled. The king then allowed Gun's son, Yu, to continue his father's work. Yu tried a different method. He built canals to redirect the flood into the sea instead of meeting its force head-on. He worked tirelessly in cooperation with the people and eventually succeeded. The aging emperor then deemed Yu worthy, and then willingly gave up his throne to Yu, who then founded the Xia dynasty, which was the first dynasty in Chinese history. Alright, I'm gonna end here. The next video is gonna be about feudal and classical China. Check it out!